Welcome one and all. I love science. I may not be a witch, but here I am. I am the Science Witch, and welcome to another shipping headcanon video. Before we get started, I don't know why I'm going to point this out, but hopefully by the time this is uploaded, it's my birthday! Yay! I'm 16 now. I can finally get a job and get my permit and do adult things. I don't want to be an adult. It's scary. And one last thing. Before someone points it out, my hat, it's not a Trump hat. Just read it. I got it from my best friend, Jade, who went to P-Town over the summer, and she got it for me for my birthday, and I love it. I love it so much. So that's basically it. We're just gonna go ahead and get right into the headcanons, which first we have, what are their first impressions of one another? See, something I've noticed when it comes to certain people, or, well, at least for me, people who are like me, I tend to not like. I mean, that says something about how I see myself, but I feel like because Austria and Switzerland are so similar in certain aspects, I mean, how they carry themselves is differently, but in terms of their, like, personalities and just, yeah, I'd say their personalities, they clash a lot because they're so similar. So I think when they first met, it would probably have been something along the lines of, on both ends, this guy's fucking annoying, or what a fucking jerk, and stuff like that, where they just didn't like each other at first, but the more they worked together, the more they really warmed up to each other, and then, you know, their relationship, political, military, I don't really remember what it was a lot stronger because they were able to, you know, get used to one another. And, secondly, we have who prefers to have stay-in dates. I'm gonna say Switzerland, because, well, Austria does like to save money. The real frugal one out of the bunch, out of the pair, is Switzerland. I mean, he couldn't even bring himself to get an expensive brand of cheese and settled for the cheaper one because it tastes better. Like, okay, Switzerland, keep telling yourself that. It ain't working. Well, Austria, who, again, still likes saving money, he still buys, like, expensive grade, like, high grade foods and wines and everything because he lives an aristocratic lifestyle. But he likes to save money. That's kind of why I feel like he lives with Germany. Because, you know, he piggybacks off Germany's wealth, I guess. I mean, I don't think they're fucking rich, but I don't know. And I mean, Switzerland even says it himself. He always saves his money. He can splurge. He can do that. But I think he'd do the stay-in dates because stay-in dates means saving money. Saving money means good decisions. And etc. Who is the big-time worrier of the group? I'm gonna say that's Switzerland too. I mean, he has always been the big brother type. He even was that sort of more responsible figure when him and Austria were still friends, were still in a relationship. Well, they still had a relationship, whether platonic or romantic or political, but he was the one carrying Austria on his back out of battle to save him and keep him safe. So I think he'd get worried a lot because of these kinds of things. And I mean, especially with Liechtenstein having a younger sister, he has to look out for her. So I think that would kind of just generally put him in the worrier position. And that just sort of matches up with his personality. He's very, like, strict to a degree because he wants to keep the people around him safe. Alright, so next we have love letters. The thing is, I kind of forgot what exactly that this headcanon was entitling. I just wrote down love letters. But the first thing that comes to mind is, like, how are the love letters written and who writes them to the other? Austria, because, like, he's very, I don't know, he plays the piano, so that just sort of gives me a very poetic kind of impression. So I think Austria would be the one to write the love letters to Switzerland. And I don't know if you guys have seen this post on Tumblr, if you have a Tumblr, but it said something along the lines, it had like this paragraph or something typed out, it was a love letter style, and then the person sent a letter back that said, "Right back at ya." And I laugh at that every single time because that's me. But that would also be Switzerland. Why? I just think he gets flustered very easily, so I really don't think he'd be able to express his emotions a lot. He's a very, like, I don't know, he just comes across as a guy who can't really display his emotions properly. Which is unfortunate, but you know, that's just kind of how some people are, and that's just how I see Switzerland. And last but not least, we have just a little personal headcanon of mine, which is, when they were younger, Austria tried to teach Switzerland how to play the piano. And Switzerland still remembers some of the stuff that he learned and occasionally plays piano. So, like, I imagine if they had a piano, that they have a piano in the house in Switzerland, in Liechtenstein's house, and just on occasion, I feel like it would be for Liechtenstein, but on occasions, he would play and just kind of like simple, small songs, like basic stuff. He'd never be able to play the stuff like Austria can, but he picked up a few things. And I think that's kind of one of the reasons why Switzerland took longer to get over the split in their political or platonic or romantic relationship, was because he was always reminded of the kinds of things he and Austria would do together, like the piano, for example. And that's just one more tragic thing to add to this ship. So that pretty much sums up what I have for headcanons on this ship. I'm gonna try and get the last ship out to you guys as soon as I can. And then after that, I have a list of ships outside of Italia that I'm gonna need to cover. So, I'm looking forward to that. So, in case you guys didn't figure it out, the last ship we're going to be doing is US-UK. Just gonna put that out there. I figured if we started with a big one, which is Gerda, we're gonna end it with a big one, US-UK. And that's just how it's gonna go. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for taking your time to watch this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, take a stab at that like button to let me know, and I hope to see each and every one of you sometime in the very near future. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Bye! Scratch it up!